Hey, I just want to give some free advice to the white progressives, particularly white progressive women who may be thinking about marching against the Trump victory, maybe putting back on the P-word hats and doing that thing. I would just say probably don't send any of those invites to any black women you know. I'm just going to tell you right now, they're not coming. like, I'm pretty sure black women have resigned from the Save America Coalition, Save Democracy Coalition, and definitely the Save the Democratic Party Coalition. I think that's probably not happening. I would just keep those invites maybe among your own friends because I don't think they're coming. But yeah, I think black women are now on the Save Black Women, Prioritize Black Men, and prioritize black communities, black businesses, and that, and, you know, the black spaces, but Save America, Save the Democratic Party. Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
All right. So today we are going to be talking about how the legacy media is losing it. They are literally dropping subscriptions, dropping viewership by the second. We're going to talk a little bit about it, see what's going on and what's going on with all of these news channels and all of these layoffs that are coming up because they are losing viewership by 50%, even more. So we're going to get a little bit into it, see what's going on. And it's still funny because they still act like they don't know what happened. So we're going to get a little bit more into it and see what is going on. Right here, MSNBC ratings collapse. So they have all of the journalists pretty much starting with Joe Reed down 54.6%, Ari Melber down 49.6%, Chris Hayes down 47.2%, Alex Wagner down 53.6%, Marvin Joe down 39.6%, Stephanie Rule down 67%. My God, 67. Imagine. Andrew Mitchell down 39.7%. So there's going to be layoffs coming pretty soon to all of these news channels. And the reality is that I saw this coming a mile away. People do not go to any news channels to get their media no more, or even get their news, or even get anything. I think right now, most of the people that watching those type of shows like MSNBC, CNN, is either rage watching, or just watching because they just feel bad. So, you know, they literally, some of the Democrats and liberals, they just feel bad because the viewership is abysmal. So yeah, we're gonna get a little bit more into it and see what is their reaction after the election.
All the anticipation, all the excitement, all the anxiety, all the doom scrolling, all the manic refreshing of polling averages, it has all been leading to this hour. And we know you have every choice in the world for where to spend tonight, so we're really grateful that you're spending it with us, and we hope you'll be with us through the duration.
How's everybody doing? First time voting?
Yes.
How you feeling?
Good.
You guys doing okay, too?
Yes, we're doing great. Kamala.
I was going to ask who you're going to vote for, but I didn't need to.
Kamala, because lives matter.
First time voting? As you know, this is where the Harris campaign wants to drive up the numbers to sort of counteract that T in the middle of Pennsylvania, to counteract the rural votes that the Trump campaign is expected to get.
And so what you've seen in the last couple of weeks, if this is an audition for managing a complex organization like the United States, Kamala Harris has passed the audition flawlessly. This has been, in many ways, a perfect campaign. And what the campaign is talking about now is the granular get out the vote effort that you just don't see on the other side. On the other side, you're seeing Charlie Kirk going on X Twitter this morning and begging people to vote.
The last week has been a very good close for Kamala Harris, not a good close for Donald Trump. He hasn't been able to fill the rallies. He's addled. He has racist comedians opening. Whatever. It's been a trashy week for Donald Trump.
A few moments later.
But it sounds like the Harris campaign is sort of keeping things tight in terms of whether or not they're going to string people along into thinking this is going to happen.
What they went to that venue tonight hoping to see and witness was a historic election of Kamala Harris to the presidency.
Yeah.
Was the end of the Trump era as they knew it. And so we don't know the outcome yet, but that is not what they are receiving, and they are being told to go home and wait till tomorrow.
And nothing that was true yesterday about how flawlessly this campaign was run is not true now. I mean, this really was an historic
flawlessly run campaign. She had Queen Latifah never endorses anyone. She came out and endorsed. She had every prominent celebrity voice. She had the Swifties. She had the Beehive. Like, you could not have run a better campaign.
In Western Europe and in the UK and in the Middle East, people are waking up to this.
Oh, and they are.
I've gotten people from Western Europe who are extraordinarily alarmed and terrified.
May I reiterate, there are 2 of the 7 swing states that have been called by NBC News right now, which is Georgia and North Carolina. None of the other 5 states have been called at this point. You can see this is the battleground states, Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin, the so-called blue wall. None of those states called by NBC News. In the swing state of Pennsylvania, NBC News now projects that presidential contest has been won by Donald Trump. It presents an insurmountable future here for Kamala Harris and for the Democratic ticket. Let's watch as Trump takes the stage in Palm Beach, Florida.
Look what happened. Is this crazy?
Boy, it's going to be a real tough speech for her.
So, that's what they went through. It was like, oh my God, what's the word? I forgot the word, but they were just denying reality. That was for like a whole year after they attacked them, was trying to take them to jail, almost got killed. All of that to the last second. They were still, oh, Kamala's gonna win. Kamala's gonna win. So to see this level of collapse, it is funny. It is funny. It is just funny. So you can literally see on the ratings, half of the journalists for that news channel lost half the viewership. So you already know they're gonna be firing people. A massive collapse, massive collapse.
As we try to unpack exactly what happened in last week's election and how Donald Trump won, there's one particularly disingenuous argument that has emerged.
I think one of the losers here is condescending identity politics.
We constantly try to parse out different ways of speaking to different cohorts because our focus groups or our polling shows that so-and-so appeals to such and such. That's not how normal people think.
The dominance of identity politics on the left, which made it push for all kinds of DEI policies that largely came out of the urban academic bubble, but alienated many mainstream voters.
The idea that identity politics was the problem for Democrats is laughable, considering it wasn't Vice President Kamala Harris who relentlessly focused on race or gender, either her own or anyone else's. That would be Donald Trump. In fact, it was Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, who ran an identity politics entire campaign focused on men. They have an identity too, you know. I mean, Trump did walk out to the song, "It's a Man's World" at the Republican convention. And again, all the focus on identity politics came from Trump and Vance, not Democrats.
I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black.
We're effectively run in this country via the Democrats, via our corporate oligarchs, by a bunch of childless cat ladies.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. We're talking a lot about Venezuela because Aurora is really infected by Venezuela, but they're coming from all countries.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
We will get critical race theory and transgender insanity the hell out of our schools.
Kamala is for they, them. President Trump is for you.
Yeah, and that's the commercial I was telling you that it opened the eyes for everyone. After that commercial, people were like, oh, this is insanity. And it seems that they don't want to understand. They literally telling other people, oh, no, look, it's not us. It's not our identity politics. It's not our identity politics. It's them. Look how Trump is doing it. But like that is so disingenuous because I saw that interview when he went to the Black Journalist Convention. As soon as he came in, even though they had him waiting for almost an hour, but as soon as he came in, literally sat down, they bombarded him with a whole bunch of questions. And literally, from the top 3 questions they actually asked him, one of them was literally bringing race. Oh, why did you say that Kamala wasn't black or something like that? I'm like, yo, if y'all don't really want to talk about race, so why are you coming with those type of questions when there's so many other more important questions that you should be asking? So everything they do and everything that comes with Trump is everything. Oh, race, he's a racist, he's a racist. To the point that nothing else, every conversation it gets extracted because it takes all the oxygen out. Every time they talk about President Trump, you cannot get no substance because they want to bully you to talk about race, talk about gender, talk about all of these things that are just symbolical, that don't really mean nothing. So for them to really try to act like, oh yeah, no, it's not us, it's them, it is crazy. And that's what I'm saying. You keep seeing that on the ratings. You can see, and it's not only CNN, MSNBC, and all of these type of channels. And now after the election, instead of looking into themselves, looking in the mirror, like I was saying in the last videos, they are attacking themselves, attacking the people that literally have supported them for all of these decades. White woman, Spanish man, everyone. So it is funny to see that the real racists are the same people that were accusing Trump of being the worst thing in earth. So we're gonna see some other reactions and see how they actually reacting and acting like, oh no, it's not us, it's the American people. It's crazy to see. We're gonna watch it.
That someone was elected who ran a campaign that was openly hostile, openly racist, xenophobic, misogynistic, transphobic, everything. And yet now the election's over. Folks accept the results, but now how do we move forward when we know there are people have people in their families who voted for him? They work with people who voted for him. They live next to people who voted for him. How should we deal with those neighbors, co-workers, family members?
How do you interact with people who voted for this? Right? If you are an LGBTQ person and someone in your family voted essentially against your rights, or you're a woman, knowing that, this man was calling people the B word, J.D. Vance was literally calling Kamala Harris the trash and said, we're going to take out the trash. I know a lot of Black women were incredibly triggered by that. And if you then meet somebody and they voted for the people who called you trash, or if you're Puerto Rican, and someone voted that way, do you recommend, just from a psychological standpoint, being around them? We got the holidays coming up.
So I love that you asked this question because, there is a push, I think just a societal norm that if somebody is your family, that they are entitled to your time. And I think the answer is absolutely not. So if you are going into a situation where you have family members, where you have close friends who have voted in ways that are against you, like what you said, against your livelihood, and it's completely fine to not be around those people and to tell them why, to say, I have a problem with the way that you voted because it went against my very livelihood, and I'm not going to be around you this holiday. I need to take some space for me. And I actually talk to, adults as well as advising parents for children. I mean, I think, I don't think that you should force children. I don't think you should force adults to be around people just because they're your family. I think there's a level of, need to establish boundaries. And if you feel like you need to establish boundaries with people, whether they're your family or not, I think you should very much be entitled to do so. And I think it may be essential for your mental health.
Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. And the fact that they actually have that on the news, which again, the reason why they're losing half of their viewership, because it is extremely crazy to be telling the population, hey, just because you voted for Kamala and they voted for Trump, now you don't have to have a relationship. Now you have the right to be mad at them and not not invite them to the cookout as your brothers, sisters, uncles. It is crazy that they actually suggesting that. Listen, I would never. And my own story. When President Trump won, I did post something as well. Support, showing my support for Trump, and I had people in my DMs mad at me because of that. And scrolling through some of my friends' profile, you could see that they were actually going back and forth with actually friends that they were actually having issues with him supporting Trump. And for me, that is so crazy because even though he supported Trump, he's the one telling him, "Hey, listen, um, even though I know that you supported Kamala, you know, I was always your friend to the point that even if I saw something I didn't disagree on your profile, I never came in and tried to attack it or anything. I kind of understood, hey, that's what you support and everything. For you to have such a freedom to come and do it to me is quite crazy. Like, and that is what's going on. Like, you know, when you in such a high horse when it comes to morality, you start looking at everybody. Oh no, you know, I dictate morality, and that's what's going on. These people have lost their morals to the point that now, because they don't have no morals, they want to judge people who actually have a level of it, and it is crazy to see because there is no shame. It, like I said again, I have never seen the level of racist straight in the open like that, and to a point in which they literally telling people, "Hey, listen, if somebody voted for Trump, don't talk to them. You have a right. You have a right. No matter if they're your mom, your sisters, your uncle, no matter what, you have a right to not talk to them." Crazy, crazy work. So yeah, man, it's pretty crazy, you know, how things are just going nowadays, and you know, hopefully, you know, they see the light. Uh, Hopefully, they understand that what they're doing is not right, and that, you know, we just want the truth. We just want to be reported like it used to be. Tell us the truth. Tell us the facts. Then let us decide how we really want to go with it, and stop trying to manipulate how we actually want to think and telling us what we actually need to think, because that's what really destroying the whole news, the news channel. Just tell us the news. Tell us what's happening, and then, you know, if you want to have your own Facebook and your own account, and you can dispute all your personal opinions and have everything you really want to do. But when it comes to the news, like I said, it's going to come a day of reckoning in which everybody is going to start hiring new people, and we're going to have to start implementing new ways of doing journalism, because independent media, people on YouTube, people on Facebook, people on Twitter, on X, they're going to be taking over when it comes to the news. I'm actually going to be ending it right there. It was a good video to see a lot of these legacy medias losing their viewership, because they deserve it. It's time, you know, they start telling the truth, and if they don't tell the truth, then they should not be rewarded for what they're doing. Once again, like and subscribe. Once my channel is gonna be once again, like and subscribe. The channel is 101 Pick News. So see you next video.